Sur une planète unique où 7 milliards d'êtres humains prennent déjà toute la place, tous les pays poursuivent le même objectif ultime, la croissance économique. S'enrichir en consommant et en produisant toujours plus.
Economic growth is essentially a turnover measure. During much of modern human history, it was a very fair assumption and observation that more economic turnover meant more well-being.
Il y a chez les économistes une identité qui s'est faite, plus égale mieux.
We are told that we need faster and faster growth.
The answer to all of our perceived problems is growth. Growth, growth, growth.
I'm convinced now that numbers matter. We look at certain types of figures and we say, oh, we must be living better now.
Well, suppose growth is not making us richer.
On puise pour alimenter cette croissance économique dans des réservoirs que nous offre la nature.
La communauté scientifique dit dans ces termes, avec ces mots, que nous sommes effectivement dans cette crise écologique majeure.
We're in a situation of planetary overshoot.
60% of the services provided by ecosystems are being degraded.
These are not problems to be dealt with separately. They are symptoms.
The biosphere of which we're a subsystem is finite, it's non-growing, it's materially closed.
So you can't continue doing that forever. There will come a day when there won't be anything left.
All indicate, virtually all of those scenarios, that things most likely will continue on the same trend that we have, a trend of degradation of many of the services.
So by looking at an economy which is growing in GDP for 10, 15, 20 years, you can't tell whether there is a problem in the near future.
So simply measuring GDP would be like measuring the number of cells in your body without regard to whether they're healthy cells or cancer cells.
So for a while you'll see higher consumption, people living very well, enjoying life, and you'll say, gosh, they have a very high standard of living, and in fact an increasing standard of living. But it's at the expense of the future.
Croire qu'on va pouvoir augmenter les quantités produites pour que demain 6 milliards, 7 milliards ou 8 milliards d'hommes puissent avoir ce même niveau de vie, c'est un peu une folie. Donc notre mode de vie est en cause. Une espèce d'optimisme, un refus de regarder la réalité et une espèce de, comment dire, de foi, je crois qu'il n'y a pas d'autre terme, dans la science. Ne pas penser à long terme, c'est prendre le risque que nos enfants ou petits-enfants soient un jour devant une situation dont ils ne puissent plus se dépêtrer parce que la science n'a pas forcément tous les pouvoirs qu'on lui attribue.
Nous sommes engagés dans une course de vitesse entre l'ampleur des dégâts environnementaux et notre capacité à réorienter l'économie de manière écologique et environnementalement soutenable.
Il ne suffit pas de ralentir, ce que nous essayons de faire à l'heure actuelle, d'aller un peu moins vite dans le mur. On est condamné à changer de cap.
It's quite a mouthful of political engineering.
Pour réorienter l'économie dans un sens écologique, on sait à peu près ce qu'il faudrait faire, on le sait sur le plan des techniques, mais ce n'est pas simplement au niveau des techniques qu'on sait ce qu'il faut faire, on sait aussi dans quel sens il faudrait faire évoluer le système économique par lui-même.
Living systems and the processes that support them on the planet are degrading because we're making some very basic blunders in how we organize our economy and apply our knowledge.
Il s'agit de soustraire de ce PIB toute une série de dépenses de réparation.
It's possible to make adjustments to the national accounts to, for example, subtract the so-called environmental bads.
Parce que cette croissance est destructive de la qualité de l'air, de la qualité de l'eau, de la qualité des rapports sociaux, de la santé.
Which can have the form of an environmental tax reform, de-taxing labor and taxing natural resources. We have to find a new kind of growth that is associated with smaller footprints, with less energy consumption, with less water and materials consumption. And this, I believe, is feasible.
Our work at Rocky Mountain Institute is just about the technological improvements, because those are so powerful. I think those could actually do the job if we get serious about applying what we know. By advanced resource productivity, we mean getting at least 4 and often 10 or more times as much work, as much benefit from each unit of energy and resources that we use.
Increasing resource productivity may be some kind of a backbone that makes every other step much easier.
That's all existing technology.
Efficiency is very good, but it will eventually be superseded by overconsumption.
People understand we're trashing the planet or we're destroying the planet through our consumption. Most people would feel that their own consumption level is justified. Do they really connect the dots between the way they live their daily life and what's happening to the planet? No, but they're starting to.
Il y a une prise de conscience de plus en plus grande de l'absurdité de cette course effrénée à la consommation.
So, let us have efficiency and sufficiency working friendly together, and the two of them are going to do the trick.
Can we do that and still have growth in GDP, in money GDP? Maybe, but not for a while, not until we change enough about the way we produce and consume.
Buenos Aires.